Arnold Schwarzenegger was born on July 30, 1947 in the small town Thal, Austria. He grew up in a war-torn country under the rule of a strict, authoritarian father. At age of 15, he began bodybuilding, a decision that marked not only a physical transformation, but also the beginning of a cultural and ideological journey. For Schwarzenegger, muscle was never just about sport, it was capital, identity, and eventually ideology. By the age of 20, he had already won the Mr. Universe title, which he would go on to win 4 more times. He then claimed the Mr. Olympia title 7 times, becoming one of the most decorated bodybuilders in history. Over 6,000 articles and hundreds of sports science books have been written about him. He ceased to be just an athlete. His body became a symbol of discipline, willpower, and Western narrative of individual triumph. His physique was a politicized representation of human potential.
Who are this men over there?
Oh, they're just athletes.
In 1970, at age 23, Schwarzenegger landed his first role in the fantasy comedy Hercules in New York. His acting skills were extremely limited. His heavy Austrian accent led producers to dub his lines with another actor's voice, but these shortcomings didn't stop him. Schwarzenegger wasn't there to become a character. He was the character, physically embodying an archetype that Hollywood was ready to consume. So, what was this archetype? He was a hybrid figure situated between the demigods of ancient mythological and the machines of the modern industrial age, silent, emotionless, invincible, and purely physical. This archetype was a reinterpretation through the lens of the industrial military complex of the hero figure that resides in the collective unconscious as defined by Carl Jung. Embodied in Schwarzenegger's physique, this figure didn't think but acted, didn't question but delivered results, an ideal of masculinity that imposed order through sheer force. Within the popular narratives of 1980s Hollywood, and especially in conjunction with the ideology of the Reagan era, he came to represent the authoritarian savior yearned for by society gripped by fear. In this sense, Schwarzenegger was less a developed individual character than the incarnation of a cultural fantasy. His breakout role came in 1982 with Conan the Barbarian, which recast him as a modern mythic figure, primitive yet controlled, brutal yet righteous, thoughtless yet relentless. But the real turning point came in 1984 with the Terminator. year 1984 saw the release of both The Terminator and William Gibson's novel Neuromancer, considered the birth of cyberpunk literature. Both works explore a dark digital future shaped by the tension between humans and machines. The Terminator was not merely an action film. It captured nuclear fears, the unease toward artificial intelligence, and the dehumanization brought by technological progress. In Cold War era America, Arnold's robotic, expressionless, unstoppable character personified a deeply embedded anxiety. The film didn't just cement Arnold's place in cinema, it turned him into a cultural myth. From this point on, his appeal wasn't just muscle, it was mythic, cold power. During the 1980s, Schwarzenegger starred in a series of successful films such as Commando, 1985. Predator, 1987.
That scream.
Our star runner tonight needs no introduction. He's Ben Richards, the brutal slayer of 60 men, women, and children.
The Running Man, 1987.
Food riot in progress.
Call recall. For the memory of your
And Total
ideal
Recall,
vacation.
1990.
You were interested in a memory of
These
loss.
films reflected a broader cultural effort to
love this stuff.
remasculinize America in the post-Vietnam era. After its defeat in Vietnam, the US experienced not only a military loss, but a symbolic one, a crisis of masculinity. Through characters like Rambo and Conan, Hollywood attempted to restore the ideal of the stoic, emotionless, hypermasculine hero. As scholar Susan J. Forbes argued, the era marked a national project of reclaiming manhood through cinematic spectacle. Schwarzenegger was the perfect vessel for this project. His body became a cinematic weapon of masculine restoration of America.
I'm back.
In 2003, Schwarzenegger ran for governor of California and won. While not the first celebrity to enter politics, he was one of the most symbolically powerful. His muscular image offered voters a sense of control, discipline, and dominance. Despite being a Republican, it was his image, not his ideology, that earned him votes.
Roll this around on your tongue. Governor-elect Arnold Schwarzenegger.
In American politics, especially within the Republican Party, symbols of masculinity are often used as instruments of reassurance. Weakness often symbolized by empathy, femininity, or queerness is portrayed as political incompetence. Schwarzenegger's body, in this context, became a kind of political fetish object and embodiment of strength in times of uncertainty. This performative masculinity used in both cinema and politics echoes globally. Right-wing and fascist ideologies often operate through idealized male imagery. Schwarzenegger in this sense was not an exception, but a product and agent of this global phenomenon.
Взяла бумажник, кольца, мишуру. Будет поиграться, чем буру.
Arnold was married to Maria Shriver from 1986 until 2021 and has 5 children. Today, at 77 years old, he follows a primarily plant-based diet, often up to 80% vegetables. Though he used performance-enhancing substances during his bodybuilding years, his diet and discipline seem to have spared him many age-related health issues. However, the cost of such a body is not just physical. It creates unattainable standards for millions of young men around the world. His physique, while admired, was also a construct of industrial era masculinity, fueled by chemicals, discipline, and beat making. Arnold Schwarzenegger is not just a bodybuilder, actor, or politician. He is the living embodiment of capitalist mythology, neoliberal masculinity, and American popular storytelling. His body represents not only success and discipline but also exclusion, performance, and control. Today, he remains a role model and idol for many men, but he is also an image of emotionless power, toxic masculinity, and systematic exclusion of the powerless. Because sometimes the real danger is not becoming a machine, but turning a human into one.